So what we have discussed so far, we discussed the decision making, types of decisions, different models, then the three level of organization, management. We discussed the MIS, its reporting, functional areas, different MIS. We'll discuss this DSS, right? Okay, let's start from here. So decision support system. As its name shows that this system is just for helping or supporting for taking any decision. As we discussed the three level of management, so all type of managers need to take decision. And if there is a system that helps them to take the decision, that would be very beneficial and effective for the organization. So this system is usually for the managers to take the decision. A DSS is organized collection of people, procedure, software, databases, and devices used to help make decisions that solve problems. It usually the focus of DSS is on decision making, effectiveness regarding unstructured or semi-structured business problems used by managers at all levels. As I gave you the example, if we want to know how many students will be graduated this year, how many students have been graduated last year, how many students graduated in last 5 years, how many students enrolled in last 5 years. So this kind of data is not easy to collect manually, but if you have a system, so this system will give you this analysis and you can take some decision. So what are the components in this? Well, obviously the database is there. Model base means there are some models already invoked, already there in the system. You will simply give your problem and the system will follow some model and it will solve your problem. Dialogue manager, it is kind of you can interact with it. It's a dialogue. You will ask the questions, you can discuss the questions with the manager in the system. It's talking about the system. Like you have a task manager, so in your system, so you have also dialogue manager. So you can raise your queries and you can discuss your queries with the system and system will guide you and tell you what to do. Access to the internet, networks, and other computer-based systems. So these are the components that is component of the DSS system. So in this figure, you can see right in the middle you have DBMS, MMS is the management system, model-based management system. So these will exchange the data with your database and your model base. So model base will give you the model, like it is kind of a steps, collection of steps written in some way, or maybe in the form of the diagram, the flow chart, the activity diagram is a part of this system. Then you have access of the computer, internet, intranet, or you can also interact with some external databases, the external websites. So this is how the components are integrated in a system of DSS. Okay. So database management system. So you guys, I think familiar with this. Allow managers and decision makers to perform qualitative analysis and data stored in companies' databases, data warehouses. Data marts can also be used to connect to external database like DBMS, MySQL, SQL Server. These are the DBMS. These are the the tools where you can create database you can store your data, but for creating, storing, or to see the output, managing these databases, managing this data, you need management system for that, DBMS. First you will connect with the server, then you can do anything for that. So this system actually allows the managers and decision makers to perform qualitative analysis. You can generate reports and data stored in companies' databases. So DBMS usually manage the database, your data. So obviously it is a part of DSS because you will store the data and you need to manage the data, and for that you need the DBMS, database management system. Is that clear, guys? Are you with me?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
Model-based provides decision makers with access to a variety of models and assess them in decision making. Yes, you have 3 models and you have 1 problem. So this system will follow any model and solve your problem, like in the form of flow graph, flow chart, or maybe the guidelines, steps, rules. The system will follow this. The user interface or dialog manager, of course, with any system, you need an interface to interact for interaction. So dialog manager or the user interface will help you to interact with the DSS, if you want any information. Assist with all aspects of communication between user and hardware and software that constitute the DSS. So it's obvious that there must be an interface or a dialog manager who can assist you to interact with the system, whatever you want from that. So this system is very important. And every organization have this system nowadays. In our university, we have a specific department for the DSS, Decision Support Department here. You can visit there and you can see what kind of data they can store. The whole information about the historical data, the current data, and the decision maker can take decision using this data. Usually the dean, deans of the colleges, they are the common user of this, and also the executive users, the executive managers. Okay. So we have another system now, the group support system. It consists of most elements in DSS. It's just same like in DSS, plus software to provide effective support in group decision making. Also called group decision support system or computerized collaborative work system. So this system is just for the group. For example, we have a college board. We have the board of trustees. We have one forum of, for example, there are 5 colleges and 5 deans of that colleges are sitting together and working in a group on a task, on a special task force, and they want to take some decision. So this group system can be created for that, just for that group to manage their task, and they can take any decision. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
So this system is same like DSS, but it's a little bit different. It's specific for the group support. So its configuration, it's right in the middle we have the GSS, and there is a special software, the GSS, the group support software will be used to support this system. And of course, in every system, there must be a data. Whenever you are going to take a decision, you need historical data. So database will be there, model base will be there. So only difference here is the GSS software. Okay, rest is almost the same if we compare it with the DSS. You can see there's a one management system, model-based management system. So here we have the GSS software, a specialized software for supporting the group. So rest is same. Another system, executive support system. As its name shows, what is executive managers? Can you tell me? You know, guys, what are executive managers?
Yes, it's software or product that assist executives.
Who are the executives?
People who are senior level.
Yes, who are the top management, the senior level. So this system is for them. They will use this system. Specialized DSS. This is also a DSS, but specialized, specific for some task for the top management. That includes hardware, software, data, procedures, and people used to assist senior level executives, also called executive information system. Like vice president is, there is some system that only dean can access, not even the head of department. There are some systems only the access level is for the vice dean or the deanships of registrar. There are some system whose access level at vice president or president. Only they can use this system. So these are the executive systems for executive people. So what is the purpose? Purpose is simply it is an information. They can see the different analysis that is required for strategic planning or to achieving the goals related stuff. So they will access that data and they can access and can take decision on that. Okay, so this was about chapter number 8 that we have finished so far. So we mostly talk about the different systems in that. So next we will start the knowledge management and specialized information system. So more systems are coming. So first one is knowledge management system. A knowledge management system is an organized collection of people, procedures, software, databases, devices used to create, store, share, and use organization knowledge and experience. Can you give me an example for this knowledge-based system? Guys?
Yes, Doctor.
Can you give the example for the knowledge-based?
I think based on their knowledge and experience, they give the organization to profit or to set of goals. I think
it's a knowledge. There is a system like information system, like a website, like an application, or maybe some screens there, and you need an information. And that system is using all the knowledge of organization to provide information to the customer. Is there anything like that in any organization? Have you noticed? When you entered in the office and there is a screen and you want to see some information, you can interact with the screen. You don't know where to go, where is in hospitals. Have you visited the Salman Habib hospital? If you go there, there's a one kind of a robot in front of when you entered in the gate, and there is an iPad is placed on that. And if you need any information where to go, you can interact with iPad and you can get the path and the information about that. Have you noticed such thing?
I think no.
The FAQs, frequently asked questions on the websites.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is the example of the knowledge management system. So what kind of knowledge in these questions is from the organization. All knowledge is for the organization. If somebody needs information, can go there and can interact, can post the question, can get the answer, can read the other stuff about organization. For example, if you entered in the university and you are entering first time, you need some information, where you will go? You don't know anything, right?
There are people who are working.
Yes. So instead of people, if there is any system, the website or maybe the screen where you can go and you can find information. So that would be the knowledge-based system. Now you get what is the knowledge management system?
Yes.
When you go to the Tehran mall, it's a big mall. There is a screen there where you can find which gate, which shop is located at which place, right?
Yes.
So that system is an example of the knowledge management. All knowledge of the organization have been collected in one place just for sharing with the people. So this knowledge management system can involve different types of knowledge. One is explicit knowledge and the one is tacit knowledge. Explicit knowledge can be measured and documented in reports, papers, and rules. And tacit knowledge hard to measure and document it, typically not objective or formalized. So explicit knowledge, you have to create it. Again, it will be written in the form of written. You're following some rules. Okay, did you get this?
Yes, Doctor.
Tacit knowledge, it means you will observe that one. You will experience that one. Okay? So this will make you more clear. When an individual learns directly from another individual, tacit knowledge is created from tacit knowledge. I'm teaching you and you're learning from me. Okay, we are learning from each other. So which type of knowledge will be created?
Tactic.
Tacit knowledge. So when two pieces of explicit knowledge are combined, a website mashup could be considered as an example of this type of new knowledge. Okay? For example, I'm teaching you, you're learning from me, and then you are teaching someone else. Or, the website mashup. Mashup is a collection of the things from different places. You create a website and you take the information from different places. That is called mashup. Okay? You know the mashup song? Songs mashup means the different songs are collected and they make one song. The mashup. After 1 minute, the song will be changed. The new song. And they created one mashup for that. Is that clear?
Doctor, can you give us another example?
Of tacit knowledge, I mean the point number 3, if you say we have another example. When an expert write a book teaching others, explicit knowledge is being created from tacit knowledge. I'm teaching you and you are learning from me. This is tacit knowledge. But after learning, you become an expert and you are start teaching other. So this is explicit knowledge now. Okay?
Okay.
So you are teaching, you are learning in a university as a student, and after graduation, you will become an expert. You will create a explicit knowledge. But while you are learning here, you are creating a tacit knowledge. Got it?
Yes, clear.
When someone reads that book and eventually becomes an expert themselves, the tacit knowledge has been created by explicit knowledge. Okay. So next we have obtaining, storing, sharing, and using knowledge. So once the knowledge is creating, then you need to store that one. So creating or obtaining knowledge, what are the things involved in it? Knowledge workers are people who create, use, and disseminate knowledge. So remember, we are creating a system here. We are discussing a system, knowledge management system, the information system that gives you the knowledge about the organization. So how to create that system? So you need to know the different type of information like tacit and explicit. Now, who is going to create? The people who are working with the knowledge, they are called knowledge workers. So knowledge workers often work in teams. Like your technical people will work in a team who has all the knowledge about the organization. So chief knowledge officer is a top level executive who helps the organization work with KMS to create, store, use knowledge and achieve organizational goals. So your programmers will be there, but your consultant will be there who has the knowledge. Okay, you will transfer this knowledge in the system. So you are getting my point, guys? Are you with me, guys? We are creating a knowledge management system and we need a team. The top level managers will be there because they have the knowledge and you have to transfer that knowledge in the system. So this is your very first step, creating a knowledge or obtaining a knowledge. So once you create a knowledge or obtained all the information, so storing a knowledge. After knowledge is created, it is often stored in knowledge repository. So you will have a database, a warehouse where you can store this knowledge. The knowledge repository includes documents, reports, files, and databases. Okay. Some types of software can store and share knowledge contained in documents and reports, for example, in the form of PDF and all that stuff. So all documents will be in the database in the warehouse. So when the query will come from the organization, from the people, from any customer, so from the database, that knowledge will be taken out and will be displayed to that in order to solve that problem. Okay, after storing the sharing knowledge, this collaborative work software and group support system, intranet and password protected internet sites also provides also to share the knowledge. Even on our website, guys, if for the faculty member, if I want to see any rule, if I want to see any decision that has already taken about salary, about working hours, I need that document. So I can go to the website in e-services and I can find out that document. I don't know about the student can obtain these rules or regulations or not from e-services. Do you have anything like this on e-services, guys, for the students? I mean, if you want to see any rule about your credit hours in one semester,
Yes, I think you can.
you can find a document, the official document, information
Yes.
from e-services. So that is the example of the knowledge management system. You need any knowledge, any rules, any guidelines of about college or the university, you can go to the system and you can find out. Okay? But the system will help you, system will guide you. And then obviously using knowledge begins with locating organizational knowledge by use of the knowledge map, directory. Knowledge map or directory points the knowledge worker to the needed knowledge. So in a specialized system, you can have all these guidelines, rules, support, like maps, like where the document is located, where you need to go to find out this document or this information. So this will be provided and the people can use this system in this way. So I repeat again, what are the steps involved in knowledge management system? First, creating and obtaining knowledge. Second, you need to store the knowledge, then share the knowledge, then use the knowledge. So in sharing knowledge, you can see the collaborative work software and group system software that we have already discussed. They can use this knowledge. The different systems can use this knowledgement system. So it means it would be the integrated system in ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Next, we have artificial intelligence, ability of computers to mimic or duplicate functions of human. We know to make the machine intelligence like human. This is called artificial intelligence. Some AI applications, medical diagnosis, explore the natural resources, like to find out where is, to find the oil reserves. So you can use some systems, the GIS related. You can take the pictures from the satellite and you can do some analysis. The system can do the analysis intelligently. Determine what is wrong with mechanical devices, assist in designing and developing other computer systems. So this is called artificial intelligence, and I think you guys have the basic knowledge about AI, right? You're familiar with this artificial intelligence?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
So this includes the people, procedure, hardware, software, data, knowledge needed to develop computer systems, machines that demonstrate the characteristic of intelligence, making the machine intelligent like a human. Can you give me some examples for artificial intelligence?
You have robot.
Yes, very good. Robot in different fields. We are using robot in different fields. In manufacturing, can you give me any example?
Car manufacturing.
Yes, it's very common there in car manufacturing. Amazon, for transferring of managing the warehouse. Alibaba is using, the Amazon is using the robots for managing and the orders. So in medical, in health sector, the robots are used in surgery and all these kind of stuffs for diagnosing a disease. Also, the intelligent systems are still very famous nowadays. So more branches, we have expert system, hardware and software that store knowledge and makes the inference similar to the human expert. So the expert system can be used in universities where the student can interact, in a hospital where the expert system can diagnose the disease. And robotics, we already discussed, it's mechanical computer devices that perform tasks requiring a high degree of precision or tedious and hazards for humans. So robotics can do a lot of steps. So vision system, hardware and software that permit computer to capture, store, and manipulate visual images and pictures. Fingerprint analysis, identifying people based on facial features. So in aircrafts, the vision systems are very famous. And in satellites, using the satellites, the many systems are using this, who are working with the image processing, authentication, recognition. In business industries, many products have been, in business they are using the systems related with the vision, the images. You can take the images and you can perform something, some task. Some other major branches are natural language processing and voice recognition. So, can you give me an example for this natural language processing?
Siri or Google.
Yes, you can, the sound waves into words. This is voice recognition. Okay, it's a good example. Learning systems, combination of software and hardware that allows the computer to change how to function or reacts to situation based on feedback it receives. Learning system software requires feedback on results of actions or decisions. So can you give me an example for this? The learning systems that allows the computer to change how it functions to react to the situation based on feedback. So it's automatic learning kind of stuff. So you experience something and you learn. You do a mistake and you learn something in general. So your system, so this is a learning system that will learn from the environment. If anything change occur, it will learn and it will update itself. The self-learning, the machines can learn by their own. Are you getting my point, guys?
Yeah, Doctor. Maybe like
So-
self-driving.
Yes. So they update their knowledge, okay, requires feedback on results of actions or decisions, and they learn from this. You will get the feedback and you will learn from that. For example, on assignment, I will give you the feedback, you will read the feedback, and you will learn, you will update yourself. So next time you will not repeat that mistake. Neural networks. The word neural is from the neurons. The brain is working with neurons. Your signal of brains usually interact with the neurons. So computer system that simulates functioning of human brain, discover relationship and trends in large databases. So you have a large big data nowadays, millions of records, and you want to manage that one, and you need some specific information or specific pattern you need to find out. So you will create the link between them. You will find a specific pattern in that data. So this technique is called, you will assign some weights to your different what exactly is required from the big data. You will assign the weights to different components in that, and then you will try to find out the pattern from that. So this technique is called the neural networks, normally used in artificial intelligence. We will have, you can Google, different algorithms are available in this field, and the people are using this to create their intelligent system. So it usually solves the complex problems for which all the information is not present. So for example, the robot is moving, where to move. So robot has to take a decision. So there are different patterns around. It can go right, it can go left, it can go, so 2 steps, 3 steps, 5 steps on right, on which side. So he will perform some calculation there. So this complex data can be solved by using any algorithm of neural network. Are you getting my point, guys?
Yes.
Are you with me? Okay. Next, we have some expert system. Behave similar to human expert in a particular field. So that's why it is expert system. Use heuristic. For example, student you want to take a decision that in which program you should take admission. So there is a system, and you can interact with that system. The system will ask you the question, you will answer, and then system will suggest you should take admission in CIS or CS or in which program. The doctor using these expert systems for diagnosing different diseases. So they actually uses the heuristic. So what is heuristic? The guidelines, the rules that is already written in the knowledge. Explore new business possibilities, increase overall profitability, reduce the cost. Of course, it will reduce the tedious work of many people. Provide superior service to customer and clients. Of course, the expert system cannot make a mistake like human. Human can make mistake, but expert system cannot make. They simply follow the rules, the knowledge. So what are the components in that system? We need a knowledge inference engine that can interact with the knowledge, explanation facility, knowledge acquisition facility, so from where it will get the knowledge, and the user interface through the customer or any user can interact with this system. So this is the model of expert system. We have inference engine. So we have database having a knowledge. So explanation facilities, knowledge base acquisition. So from where it get the knowledge? From experts. So different experts, for example, if in medical field, so there are different doctors, senior doctors, they can give the knowledge to this system, and this system will acquire the knowledge, will match with the stored knowledge, and then it will interact with the user and it will answer the query of the user. So what is knowledge base? Store all relevant information, data, rules, cases, relationship used by the expert in the database. We will store all these things. Inference engine, it seeks information and relationship from knowledge base, provide answer prediction, just like an database management system. So this will a same management system that will manage the knowledge. It will provide the answer, predictions, suggestions like a human expert. So it will calculate something. It will take the decision based on the knowledge. And explanation facilities allow user or decision maker to understand how expert system arrived at certain conclusions or results. So it will kind of generate a report, the analysis to the user. For example, a doctor can find out a logic or rationale of diagnosis made by medical expert system. So doctor can find out the reason why this system is suggesting this thing. So there will be a reason for that. For example, I cut your grades and you ask me why you cut my grades. So I will give you the explanation for that. So in expert system, if expert system is suggesting something, so it will also provide the information, the explanation why this system is suggesting this thing. So there must be a reason for that. Knowledge acquisition, from where you can get the knowledge, the system can get the knowledge, provides convenient and efficient means of capturing and storing all components of knowledge base, act as an interface between expert and knowledge base. So this system has a capability of taking a knowledge from the expert. If it is in the health sector, so there can be many expert, for example, the expert system for heart disease. So the system can interact with all the doctors related to the heart disease. So it can interact using some interface, can interact with the expert system, grab the knowledge and can store in the knowledge base. And then user interface, for any system the interface is required to interact. So obviously the expert system also has this user interface. Is it clear, guys? Are you getting the points?
Yes.
Yes.
Any question, any confusion?
Doctor, last one, so that's all. Virtual reality.
Yes. So virtual reality system enables one or more user to move and react in a computer simulated environment. And immersive virtual reality, user become fully immersed in artificial three-dimensional world. So both are the virtual reality systems. So you guys have used the Oculus Rift? You know the Oculus Rift?
Yes.
The glasses, the goggles,
Yes.
the gamers normally use this. So it will give you like that you are working in a complete virtual environment. So there is another reality that is called augmented reality, and where you can interact with both environment, the real environment as well as the virtual environment. So virtual reality is also using nowadays in many areas, many fields, like in driving license department. Nowadays they are creating a virtual environment for practice, and they are taking the test on virtual reality environment. Have you heard this?
No.
If you go to the for driving license lessons, they create the virtual environment of driving. I think here in Saudi Arabia is also this in some of the uh, in some area. I heard this. I was reading a one.
Doctor, I think it's a new in Saudi.
Yeah. So, and also the training for the pilots, they normally do the training on virtual environment. That virtual environment looks like the real environment. When you are in virtual environment, you will feel like that it is the real environment. And sometimes people start laughing, start crying, they get fear, they get afraid of anything in virtual system. So this technology is also getting very famous and is being used in many areas nowadays. Okay, guys? Is that okay?
Okay. It's clear, Doctor.
Okay, so this is the end of the chapter number 8 and 9.